Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered why the woman staring back feels just a little older than the one you carry inside your heart? Many women over 60 share that moment of pause. The mirror reflects lines, silver strands, or hair that has lost some of its life. Yet deep inside, there is still a spark, a brightness, a sense of humor that has never dimmed. The truth is, age does not ask for permission, but it also does not have the power to define how we feel or how we choose to present ourselves. What if your reflection could feel more in harmony with your spirit? Not by chasing youth or copying the latest trend, but by choosing small changes that lift, soften, and remind you of your vitality. Hair, simple as it may seem, carries memory and meaning. A cut can refresh not only your appearance, but the way you walk into a room, the way you greet a friend, even the way you see yourself. This is where Golden Elder Days steps in, not as a stylist pushing trends, but as a gentle guide helping you explore what feels authentic and flattering. Imagine walking out the door and having your hair frame your laughter, instead of pulling you down. Imagine finding a style that works with your natural color, that respects your life rhythm, and that quietly says you are vibrant, graceful, and very much present. That is the heart of what we are here to share. Why does hair matter so much after 60? Some might say it is only hair, a detail in the larger story of life. But if you think back, you will notice how often your hair has marked turning points. The first time you cut bangs as a teenager, the style you wore at your wedding, the change you made after a career move, or even the trim you gave yourself when you needed a fresh start. Hair is more than strands. It is a living timeline that frames our face and quietly records our seasons. As we grow older, hair begins to carry those changes in a more visible way. It may become thinner, lighter, or less responsive to styling. Shine may fade, volume may slip away, and what once felt effortless may suddenly take more care. Many women sigh at these shifts, as if they are losses to mourn. But what if they are not endings at all? What if they are gentle invitations to reinvent, to discover a cut or a style that speaks to who you are now? I recall a woman named Marjorie, who once shared her story with me. She had spent years wearing the same long hairstyle she had adopted in her 30s. When she turned 65, she finally decided to let go. She chose a softer cut with layers that moved freely, and she described the experience as lifting a weight she never realized she carried. Friends told her she looked younger, but more importantly, she said she felt lighter and more in tune with herself. That small shift opened a door to new energy. She began taking morning walks again, buying brighter scarves, and laughing more often. So the question is not only how does your hair look, but how does it make you feel when you catch your reflection? Does it pull you down, or does it lift you up? Does it reflect a woman clinging to the past, or a woman embracing the richness of the present? Hair after 60 is not about hiding age. It is about honoring identity, acknowledging change, and giving yourself permission to evolve with elegance. Before you even sit in the chair and hear the snip of scissors, it helps to pause and think about your mindset. The goal is not to erase the years or to chase a version of yourself that belongs to another time. The goal is elegance, the kind of elegance that comes from knowing who you are, appreciating the woman you have become, and choosing a haircut that highlights that confidence. An age-friendly style should feel like a partner, not a burden. It should have softness so that your features look approachable and warm. It should offer a little lift, because gravity may have its way, but you can always choose a touch of lightness. It should be low maintenance, so that you can live your life without spending every morning in front of the mirror. And it should flow with your natural color, whether that is silver, salt and pepper, or a gentle shade you love. Here is a small reflection to carry with you. Ask yourself, What do I want my hair to say about me? Do I want it to speak of grace, of vitality, of quiet strength? Do I want it to whisper playfulness or to reflect wisdom? There is no right answer except the one that feels true in your heart. Once you know that, every choice at the salon becomes easier. You are not trying to be younger. You are choosing to be you, at your most radiant and at your most real. The first haircut I want to share is one that has earned its place as a timeless favorite. The soft, layered bob is a style that has a quiet kind of magic. Picture it falling anywhere from the chin to the shoulder, with light layers that create gentle movement. There is nothing stiff or heavy about it. Instead, it flows, catching the light and framing the face with ease. For many women, it feels like a natural middle ground, short enough to look fresh, but long enough to feel feminine. Why does this cut matter so much after 60? Because it solves problems while still looking graceful. Hair often becomes thinner or flatter with age. The soft bob adds fullness right where it is needed, especially around the crown and the sides. The layers soften sharper lines on the face, making your expression appear more open. And unlike styles that depend on color to shine, this cut works beautifully with natural gray, silver, or a mix of tones. In fact, the movement of the layers allows the light to play across each strand, creating a glow that looks intentional and youthful. Add a touch of highlight near the front if you wish, but it is never required. Let me tell you a story. A grandmother named Ellen once told me she had worn her hair long and straight for decades. When her granddaughter's wedding approached, she felt unsure of how she would look in the family photos. Her stylist suggested a soft, layered bob, nothing drastic, just a gentle lift and shape. When the big day arrived, Ellen looked radiant. Guests told her she seemed 10 years younger, but what mattered most was how she felt. She stood taller, smiled wider, and danced with more freedom. That single haircut gave her permission to enjoy herself, without worrying about how she appeared on camera. Styling this cut is refreshingly simple. If you enjoy a polished look, use a round brush while blow-drying, and add a lightweight spray for volume. If you prefer something casual, let it air dry, and the natural layers will fall into place. It is forgiving, never demanding. A touch of smoothing serum on the ends is enough to keep it neat. Best of all, it only requires trims every 6 to 8 weeks to maintain its shape. No endless styling routines, no complicated products. The soft layered bob is not a statement of rebellion or an attempt to turn back time. It is a quiet choice that honors your beauty and your lifestyle. It reminds the world that elegance does not shout, it whispers. And sometimes the most powerful change is the one that feels effortless. The modern pixie is a style that speaks of boldness while keeping its softness. It is short, sculpted, and completely customizable. Some women prefer it feathered with longer top layers for a gentle, feminine look. Others choose a sleek shape with a strong side part to show more structure. The beauty of this cut is that it is never one size fits all. It adapts to you, to your features, to your spirit. Why do so many women find this haircut transformative? It is because of the way it lifts the face. With hair cropped at the sides and a bit of volume left on top, the eye is drawn upward. That subtle lift softens the effect of gravity and highlights your natural bone structure. The pixie also draws attention to the eyes, which are often the most expressive feature we carry with us through life. When your hair no longer hides them, your eyes shine more brightly. Add to that the clear view of cheekbones, and you begin to understand why this style has a reputation for vitality. There is also an emotional truth hidden in the pixie. Cutting your hair short can feel like a declaration of freedom. It says you are comfortable in your skin. You no longer measure yourself against old expectations. You are ready to walk into a room without apology. I once met a woman named Teresa who decided on a pixie right after her retirement. She had worn her hair shoulder length for decades. The day she came home with her new cut, her friends gasped. They said she looked radiant, even mischievous. Teresa laughed and admitted she felt 10 pounds lighter, not only in hair but in spirit. Practicality makes this cut even more appealing. Yes, it needs trims every 4 to 6 weeks to keep the edges sharp, but the daily routine is simple. A quick tousle with your fingers, a touch of mousse or styling cream, and you are ready for the day. No rollers, no endless blow drying. The pixie welcomes your natural texture, whether it is wavy, curly, or straight. Even silver or pure white hair looks striking, because the short length makes the color appear brighter and more intentional. This cut is not about cutting away femininity. It is about revealing it in its pure form. There is something deeply attractive about a woman who owns her look with confidence. The modern pixie tells the world that you value ease, style, and strength. It is daring, yet elegant. It is practical, yet deeply personal. For many women, it becomes more than a haircut. It becomes a statement of who they are and how they wish to live. The shoulder-length shag with bangs is a style that feels like the perfect middle ground. It is neither too short nor too long, and it carries with it a sense of ease. This cut sits gracefully around the shoulders, with feathered layers that add movement and softness. The lightness of those layers makes the hair feel lively again, as if each strand has remembered how to dance. Add soft bangs to the mix and suddenly the entire face feels refreshed, the eyes framed in a flattering way, the forehead softened without effort. Why does this cut work so well for women over 60? It is because of the way it balances. The shag creates a gentle fullness that keeps the hair from lying flat. The bangs disguise fine lines on the forehead while drawing attention upward to the eyes. The layers also flatter a wide variety of face shapes. If your face is round, the longer face-framing pieces can lengthen the look. If your features are more square, the feathered ends soften those edges. If your face is long, heavier bangs bring balance. And for oval faces, the shag allows for play, offering texture and versatility. Bangs in particular deserve attention here. Many women shy away from them after a certain age, worried they will be hard to manage or look too heavy. Yet bangs, when cut with softness, can bring back a spark of playfulness. They create a curtain around the eyes, almost like an invitation for someone to look closer. I recall one woman named Judith who had not worn bangs since her 20s. When she decided to try them again with a shoulder-length shag, she laughed at her reflection. She said she felt a bit mischievous, as though she had rediscovered a younger part of herself she thought was gone. That small change lifted not only her look, but her mood. From a practical view, this haircut is forgiving. It grows out gracefully, maintaining its shape even between salon visits. Trims every 8 to 10 weeks are usually enough, though bangs may need a little refresh every month or so. It works with natural texture too. Soft waves, loose curls, or even a hint of frizz all blend into the layers. On days you want polish, a quick blow-dry with a round brush will give lift. On casual days, letting it air dry leaves a natural, slightly tousled style that still looks put together. The shoulder-length shag with bangs is not about pretending to be 20 again. It is about capturing energy, softness, and movement in a way that feels natural. It brings freedom without letting go of elegance. For women who want to keep some length but avoid the heaviness that long straight hair can bring, it is a graceful solution. It is a style that says you are vibrant, approachable, and very much alive in the present moment. The elegant long layers with a side sweep are for the woman who still feels deeply connected to the idea of longer hair but wishes to avoid the weight and flatness that often come with it. This cut allows you to keep the length you love while introducing softness and lightness. The layers are designed to frame the face with gentle curves, and the side-swept bangs bring movement and dimension. Rather than pulling the face down, the style lifts it, giving you the grace of length without the burden of heaviness. One of the most beautiful aspects of this haircut is how it works with natural silver or salt and pepper tones. Long hair can sometimes overwhelm the face when it is left unlayered, especially when the strands are straighter and heavier. By adding layers, you give light the chance to play across the surface. Every silver streak or natural highlight becomes part of a graceful tapestry rather than something you try to hide. The side sweep adds charm, directing attention to the eyes and softening the forehead. It is a simple adjustment that changes how the whole face is read. I once spoke with a woman named Diane who had worn her hair long and straight since college. By the time she reached her 70s, she felt torn. She did not want to let go of her length, but she admitted her hair felt lifeless. At the suggestion of her stylist, she added long layers and a soft side sweep. She told me afterward that she felt like she had rediscovered herself. Family members commented that she looked elegant and refreshed, but more importantly, Diane said she enjoyed the way her hair moved again. She noticed herself running her hands through it, smiling when she saw the shimmer of silver catch the light. Styling this cut does not require endless effort. In fact, it thrives on ease. A light wave created with a round brush or even natural air drying gives it the lift it needs. Unlike unlayered hair, it does not fall into a heavy sheet. Instead, it has shape and bounce. On days when you want extra polish, a touch of mousse at the roots and a gentle blow-dry are enough. On quieter days, let it fall naturally, and the layers will still create softness. Regular trims every couple of months will keep the layers looking fresh, but the style is forgiving even as it grows. The elegant long layers with a side sweep are proof that long hair does not belong only to the young. It can be timeless when shaped with intention. This cut honors the connection many women feel to their length while opening the door to lightness, movement, and modern refinement. It is a reminder that you can carry both history and freshness at the same time. The beauty of this style is not just in how it looks, but in how it makes you feel. Graceful yet strong, classic yet alive in the present moment. One of the most empowering steps you can take before a haircut is preparing for the conversation with your stylist. A picture is often worth more than a long description, so gather a few photos that inspire you. They do not need to be exact matches for what you want, but they will give your stylist a clear sense of the length, texture, and movement you admire. Think of them as tools to guide the discussion, not rigid instructions. When you sit down in the chair, use simple, confident phrases that highlight your needs. You might say, "I want volume without bulk," or "I prefer bangs that soften my forehead." Another thoughtful question is, can this cut work with my natural grey? These kinds of requests are clear and realistic, yet they invite your stylist to use their skill to shape the right version for you. Never forget that this is your appointment, and your voice matters. If your stylist dismisses your ideas or pushes you towards something that feels wrong, pause and speak up. You deserve to feel respected. Ask, how often will this style need maintenance? Or, what products will make this easy to manage at home? The answers will tell you if the cut truly fits your lifestyle. The key is to enter the salon not with fear, but with quiet confidence. You are not asking for a miracle. You are asking for a haircut that reflects the woman you are today. Vibrant, practical, and fully present. That is not too much to expect. It is exactly what you deserve. A beautiful haircut is often the beginning, not the whole story. The way you finish the look, the small touches you choose each day, can be just as powerful as the cut itself. Think about your glasses. They sit on your face as much as your hair does, and the right frames can either lift the style or hold it back. Bold, modern shapes add energy, while softer curves bring elegance. Choosing frames that echo the lines of your haircut can create harmony, as if the two were designed to belong together. Earrings can do wonders as well. A short pixie may look sharper when paired with small hoops or delicate studs, while a shoulder-length cut might shine brighter with drop earrings that move when you do. Scarves can also change the tone of your look in an instant. A bright silk scarf tied loosely can soften a bob, while a neutral wrap can frame the face and let the hair speak more loudly. These accessories are not extras. They are extensions of the story your hair is telling. Makeup, too, should be seen as an enhancement, not a disguise. A light touch of blush, a soft sweep of mascara, or a hint of color on the lips can work in partnership with your haircut. The aim is not to cover, but to highlight. Think of makeup as a frame for the painting rather than paint over the canvas. When it is done with subtlety, it allows your features and your haircut to glow. And then, there are the timeless accessories no stylist can sell you: posture, smile, and energy. Standing tall with your shoulders back can make you appear more youthful than any product. A gentle smile softens the face and draws people in, no matter the hairstyle. Energy, the quiet confidence that comes from living fully, is often what others notice most. Hair may frame your face, but your presence frames your life. So ask yourself, what finishing touch today will bring harmony to the woman you see in the mirror? Will it be a scarf, a pair of earrings, or perhaps simply the decision to walk into the room with your head held high? As we come to the close of our time together, I want to leave you with a reminder that feels both simple and powerful. This journey is not about hiding your age or pretending that the years have not passed. It is about honoring the woman you are today. Every silver strand, every laugh line, and every moment of experience is part of your beauty. A haircut is not meant to erase those things. It is meant to frame them with grace, to let them shine, and to remind you that presence matters more than perfection. So let me ask you, which haircut spoke to you the most? Was it the soft layered bob with its quiet elegance? Was it the modern pixie that carries a spirit of bold freedom? Maybe it was the playful shag with bangs that brings movement and light, or perhaps the long layers with a side sweep that honor tradition while embracing change. Each one tells a different story, and each one could be the beginning of a new chapter. Which chapter feels right for you at this moment in your life? I invite you to see this not as a style decision, but as a personal statement. What do you want your reflection to say when you pass by the mirror? Do you want it to whisper vitality? Do you want it to remind you of strength? Or perhaps you want it to reflect softness and calm? There is no wrong answer. The beauty of this stage of life is that you get to choose. And if this conversation has inspired you, I hope you will join us here in the Golden Elder Days community. Like this video if it spoke to your spirit. Subscribe if you want to walk with other women who are also discovering their own ways to look and feel radiant. Share your thoughts in the comments, because your voice adds light to someone else's journey. Remember, beauty after 60 is not a mask. It is a presence, a quiet confidence, and a radiant joy that no number can define. Hello there. If you enjoy gentle conversations, thoughtful reflections, and inspiring ideas about beauty, elegance, and growing into yourself after 50, then our community posts are just for you. This is where we share quiet thoughts, helpful tips, and simple reminders that you are not alone on this journey. Feel free to join the discussion. Leave a comment, or simply read along and take what speaks to your heart. We're always happy to have you here.